Good day. I am Travis Giffen. I'm the Assistant Director of Online Programs here at the College of Education at the University of Illinois. We want to thank you for joining us for our information session today covering the Instructional Design, Technology, and Organization Online EDM program. We've had some folks that have joined us early and have already introduced themselves in the chat. Really appreciate that. Good to see so many of you. And hello to all of you who are watching this reporting back later. Please feel free to introduce yourself. Let us know a little bit more about yourself. It's great to see those introducing themselves in the chat and letting us know a little bit about themselves. As we get going, please let us know what's your interest in the program. Why are you interested in this degree? We'll have plenty of time for questions at the end of the session, but if you have questions as we're moving along, please feel free to drop those in the chat as we are going along, and we will be sure to answer them. During the session, you'll learn about the eligibility for the program, structure of the program, admissions, and career paths. If you have questions, there's our email there. You'll be able to ask those afterwards. You can email us or you can reach us there. Also, online on our website, we have a chat bot that is there 24/7. You can ask questions to Eddie, and Eddie can help guide you along with some basic questions and things like that, especially if you forget like how much is tuition, things like that. Chatbot does a pretty good job at answering those questions. With that, going to do some brief introductions for some online program staff and staff in the College of Education that you might interact with. So you can see myself there. We have Brianna Davis, our online student advisor, who's here in the chat. So she'll be sharing a bit later in the presentation and might be answering some questions in the chat. We also might get joined by Gina Poff, who is in our office as well. And then we have Sinki Gopala Christian, who is our assistant dean here in online programs. Throughout your working in the program, you might also interact with Laura Ketchum. She's a great person to know, and just want to provide a face to that name there that you might be interacting with as you move throughout the program. And with that, I'm going to turn things over to our wonderful faculty that have joined us here today.
Thank you, Travis. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yep, sure can.
Great. Thank you for spending your time joining the information session. My name is David Huang. I'm a faculty member in the Department of Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership on college education in the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. I'm a professor in the department. I also serve as the associate head to serve our students, staff, and faculty members in many concentrations that we have. Instructional Design Technology and Instructional Design Technology IDTO organization is a new concentration for individuals with a passion for creating technology-infused learning systems for achieving learning and performance objectives across organizational and community contexts. This is a brand new concentration. For those of you who join us in the fall, you will be the first cohort of the concentration program. And this concentration will provide essential knowledge and skills in instruction design and sustainable implementation of learning technologies in broadly defined learning and development contexts, serving diverse collections of population around the world. Our coursework empowers you to devise inventive learning and development solutions. And the coursework also cultivates proficiency in project management, program evaluation, and organization development. And I think this is the greatest point to differentiate this program from programs offered by other universities, our peer institutions. Our emphasis is not only to help you acquire essential knowledge, skills, and abilities in instructional system design, with the help of technological application, but we want to equip you with knowledge of how organizations work, how to facilitate changes through learning and development solutions in organizational and community level context. I believe, being many years in this discipline, looking at many students graduating from different institutions with its expertise in instructional system design, it is really important for instructional designers, myself included, to understand the potential impact of the solutions we create in terms of helping individuals as well as teams and organizations to grow and learn for, I would say, achieving the best practices in different contexts. So we provide coursework focusing on understanding factors and the processes and improving the context with which our instructional design and technology solutions will be implemented, right? So we look at the we take a broader perspective beyond just individualized learning development solutions for individuals. Instead, we want you to have this foundation knowledge of how you can facilitate change processes through your instructional system design work with the assistance of the technological support. IDTO students also can choose to design and develop a capstone project situated in the context of your professional development. You want to, for instance, polish your skills in designing certain type of learning and development solutions for specific learning objectives. You can also target your capstone projects to add values to your career pursuits and to enrich the community engagement, and also to make progress in societal improvement in terms of your professional interest. So we believe the graduate of the concentration, IDTO, will emerge as capable professionals in a very good position to meet the growing demand of societies and communities and workplaces around the world. That's a quick introduction about the concentration. Can I move to the next slide, please? We have wonderful faculty members offering courses in this new concentration, myself included. First, I want to introduce Professor Grace O, who's an associate professor in the department and has very rich workplace as well as faculty experiences in the field of instructional design and technology. You hear her shortly after my section. We also are very happy to have Professor Carolina Cuesta, who will be serving as the rank of the teaching assistant professor, offering courses in this concentration to our students. All three of us are trained instructional system designers from different institutions. I also want to mention that this is the first ever graduate level concentration focusing on instructional system design at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. So I think this is a great way to recognize the important values of this profession, by extension, rewarding career path from the perspective of the university. And we are very happy we're also very privileged, in fact, to be the first group of faculty member teaching in this new concentration. We go to the next slide, please. So very quickly, our courses in this concentration are fully online. We follow the 8-week schedule to teach IDTO courses. Within the 16-week regular semester timeline, students can take courses in the first part of the semester, POTA, part of A, and POTB, part of B. A plus A, you have 2 courses done in one 16-week semester, if you choose to do so. Based on our experiences in offering online graduate degree, we start doing this in, I would say, 25 years ago. This design, the back-to-back 8 weeks plus 8 weeks model works the best for working adults, such as most of you, to manage different responsibilities, including pursuing graduate level degree, as well as maintaining sufficient professional engagement or personal engagement in different contexts. Our course has 4 credit hours workload each. To complete this master's degree program, you only need to complete 8 courses, which translates to a total of 32 credit hours. There is no thesis requirement. You don't have to defend your thesis proposal at a master's level. Once you complete the 8 courses with acceptable grade level by the university, then you will be awarded with the Master of Education degree. One last thing I want to mention is the structure of your plan of study. For the IDTO concentration, you are required to complete all 3 concentration courses. First one is about the foundation of the instructional system design, the models, the design tools, the theoretical and philosophical foundations of this particular professional discipline. That's the first course, and the history of the profession as well. Then you move on to the second course, the application side, with a focus on learning technologies. In that course, you will learn about the theoretical foundations in behavioral learning, affective learning, cognitive learning, and social learning, and also the combination of all of those areas of theoretical perspectives. Then you will be ready to justify the selections of learning technologies in order to add values or improve the efficacy of your instructional design solutions. I think after the pandemic period, we all learned that, first of all, instructional system design is the essential function of any organization in order to provide accountable, also responsible learning and development solutions. Second is the role of technologies in helping organizations develop their stakeholder groups in different contexts. I would say coming out of those 2 courses, you will be able to justify your design choices in developing learning and design solutions. And you also will be able to provide recommendations in terms of adopting certain learning technologies for intended learning outcomes. In this day and age, everybody talk about generative AI. I'm sure after completing both courses, you'll be able to substantiate your opinions about generative AI based on the theoretical frameworks you're going to read about and the best practice you're going to be knowledgeable of. from those two courses. Beyond that, the third concentration course is program evaluation. It is the systematic process of identifying values in our instructional design work. That's a 500 level course, and you'll be taking those courses with advanced graduate student. I think that's a great context for you to see how different students might approach evaluation, especially in the context of instructional design differently. The important part of acquiring that skill is to establish accountability in our work, and also to demonstrate values to different tiers of stakeholder groups. Again, the organizational factors part of the profession as an instructional designer or learning and development professionals. We have synchronous sessions in all our courses. We highly recommend students to attend those sessions because this is a great opportunity for the faculty to get to know you, and at the same time, you get to know the faculty members and also your peers in the same concentration. In addition to synchronous sessions, we also provide asynchronous coursework for you to complete, similar to other experience you might have working asynchronously in different contexts. Next slide, please. This is a reiteration of what I shared with you earlier in terms of the scope of the concentration. I want to approach this text from a different perspective. The Department of Education Policy Organization Leadership, our mission is to advocate for those who are under-resourced, underserved, underrepresented in different contexts. That's the grand mission of our department. And this concentration is the extension of that department level mission. So we will provide coursework essential to the skill set and the knowledge base of the profession in instructional design. And I think that's where we require by our concentration course. In addition to that, this program will also provide you with opportunities to dive into the educational psychology aspect of learning, as well as the social or educational foundation side of the experience. Those are also required through our college level foundation courses. Beyond that, our electives will provide opportunities for you to look into perspectives of, for instance, serving under-resourced communities through learning and development solutions, or if your interests are in line with promoting diversity, equity, inclusion, best practices in different organizations, different contexts, through the practice of instructional design. We'll also have those courses available for you to consider as electives. I think our coursework differentiates from our peers. First of all, providing you with a understanding of how organizations work. My translation with that is how we can implement our learning and development solutions with effectiveness, right, to facilitate change. The second differentiating point about this program is our access to a very diverse set of coursework from different perspectives that can tailor to your professional interests and personal growth purposes, as well as making life better for communities that you would like to advocate for. The diversity, inclusion, equity part of our perspective and situated in our coursework, I will strongly recommend you to consider. That's an important part of our coursework in this concentration. Next slide, please. Professor O, is that still my slide?
I think it's my slide.
Okay. So now I'd like to introduce you to Professor Grace O, also a faculty in the IDTO concentration. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Huang. Hello, everyone. Very, very nice to meet you today. I'm also very thrilled to see much interest in the IDTO program. As Dr. Huang introduced, my name is Eunjung Grace O. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership. My research and also expertise are in the intersection of learning, design, technology, and human resource development, in particular focus on design and integration of pedagogical and technological innovations to facilitate learning, performance, and career development. So if you want to, that's just a brief introduction of myself. Just like any other faculty, I'm also Googleable. So if you want to know more about my work, just feel free to Google my name and just to find faculty profile, as well as Google Scholar page. EDM requirement, I want to talk about a little more specifics of the degree requirement. General information Dr. Huang explained, the 32 hours of all coursework, that's identical to all EDM degrees in EPAL, College of Education. Each course is 4 credit hours, so you need 8 courses to complete EDM requirement. As he mentioned, within the IDTO, there are 3 core concentration courses, which all students in the IDTO concentration must complete. And those are the instructional training system design, learning technologies, and program evaluation courses. And then all College of Education master students must take 1 foundation course from educational policy, organization, and leadership area, as well as 1 foundation course from educational psychology. As Dr. Huang mentioned, those are really important foundation courses to help you to establish understanding on educational and social foundations, as well as the educational psychology, learning theory, understanding of learning and development aspects. And then you can choose 3 elective courses in IDTO program. And again, I just copied and pasted the URL of the program webpage. So there are a list of courses that you can choose in terms of those foundation courses and also elective courses. In our graduate program, there are 400 level courses and 500 level courses. As you can see from the 400 and 500 level, 500 level courses are considered a little more advanced courses. And as part of the EDM requirement, all students should take at least 3 courses at the 500 level. So 12 credit hours should come from 500 level courses. Next slide, please. So students tend to finish their master's degree in about 1.5 years, I would say, take like 2 courses, fall and spring semesters, and perhaps 1 or 2 courses in summer. But of course, depending on student situation, there's variation, right? So some complete their degree in 1 year and some take 2 or more years. In general, according to graduate college, a master's degree candidate is expected to complete all degree requirement, 32 credit hours of coursework within the 5 years since their first course in the program. Next slide, please. This slide kind of showed you a list of career paths. As a person who's been in the field for many years, I think one great advantage of this field and also this program is that after graduating from this program, students can really consider a number of different career paths across various organizational contexts. Some of you might be interested in working in a corporate environment, and some of you might want to work in a university, and perhaps some of you might be interested in government agency or military context, hospitals or medical education or K-12 education industry and so forth. So there are career options depending on your interest, the type of work that you want to do, and also your preferred organizational setting. So here we listed some typical career paths. If you search job postings in major job search portals using these job titles as search term, I mean, you'll be able to see a lot of these positions require academic credentials in IDTO. Okay, so here's some list. And in addition to what Dr. Huang mentioned in terms of what is the unique strengths of our IDTO program, right, compared to similar programs for peer institutions, our students not only gain the design knowledge, skills, also different learning technologies and so forth, but they will have an opportunity to really develop deep understanding of the organizational context where the training and also learning occur. And these purposeful and also very unique elements of our curriculum, I think it really helps students to become strategic partners within their organizations, as they'll be capable of identifying and also meeting their organizational needs. So in particular, if you look at our elective course list, I mean, those courses cover management, leadership, consulting, adoption of educational and technological innovations, where you don't normally get to see those courses in programs in peer institutions. And we think that these courses will really help our students to advance their careers as managers, as leaders who are really ready to drive important changes, initiatives, also innovation in their respective organizations. Next slide, please. I was very happy to see 2 students who completed IDMTC certificate today, who are also interested in this IDTO program. We do have a 2 graduate certificate. They are non-degree micro-credential programs. So if you feel that working in a new degree program might be a little bit overwhelming and you want to see how things go, and you always can start with one of these 2 graduate certificate program, and then the joint degree program once you complete these, or as you are in, right, while you are in these certificate program. And we have a number of students each year who complete these and then join in one of the EPOL concentration. So first one, Instructional Design Master Track Certificate, partner with Coursera, that consists of 2 courses, and both courses are IDTO concentration core courses. The second one is the campus level graduate certificate. It's a Instructional System Design Management and Leadership, consists of 4 courses. So using these programs, you will likely, complete the majority of the concentration core requirement. And please note that according to the campus policy, up to 12 credit hours that you completed can be transferable, right, to degree-seeking program once you get the admission and reviewed by faculty. Okay, so that's all from me for today, but I'll be happy to answer any questions later on. after my colleagues finish the presentation. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brianna Davis. I'm the online student advisor. Now that we've learned a little bit about the program, I just want to highlight some different admission information, application information in case you decide to move forward with applying for this program. I'll start by saying that admissions are handled through the graduate college application. So you will need to complete a graduate college application and submit all required materials in order to be considered for admission. To give you an idea about what that looks like, after you submit your completed application and required materials, your application will be reviewed by our department and our team at the College of Education. If our team at the College of Education determines that you're a good fit for this program, they will recommend admission for you to the program, to the graduate college. And then from there, the graduate college will process your application and make a recommendation for admission as appropriate. So all of that is to say that after you apply, if you are recommended for admission, you'll first receive a notification from the College of Education, and then later you'll receive an official notification of admission from the graduate college. So just to give you a little bit of a frame of reference for how admissions works. If you decide that you'd like to move forward with applying for our program, you can apply at choose.illinois.edu/apply, which is linked here. And then, of course, all of our graduates of this program are invited to attend in-person and or virtual graduation ceremonies. So while this is a program that is built to be completed remotely via our online programs, you are, of course, welcome to come to campus to visit us and participate in our convocation ceremony, which we hold every May. Additional application information. If you are interested in beginning your studies this fall A term, which will begin in late August, the application deadline for that start date is July 15th. If you're not prepared to complete an application by that July 15th deadline, no worries. You can begin the program during our fall B term, which will begin in October, and that application deadline is September 15th. Again, you can apply online at choose.illinois.edu/apply. If you have any questions, you can go to our webpage. And then I do want to note that we also have a chat bot where you can ask questions 24/7. So if you have some questions that you would like to be responded to immediately, you can absolutely use our chat bot for assistance. If you find yourself in a circumstance where you're still not getting the information that you need, you can always contact the Office of Online Programs, and our contact information will be on a slide at the end here. Tuition and student financial aid is obviously a big consideration whenever pursuing a program. So I'll note that the cost for this program is $520 per credit hour. There are no additional fees for online students, and tuition is subject to change. As Dr. O mentioned earlier, this is a 32 credit hour program. And again, the cost is $520 per credit hour. So just keep that in mind. If you are seeking financial aid, you will need to take a minimum of 6 credit hours per semester, which for your reference is 2 courses. So full-time student status for financial aid purposes is 6 credit hours per semester. If you are in need of full-time student classification for any other reason, that would require 12 credit hours per semester. So if you have questions about this, please let us know. We can certainly help to clarify full-time student status if you find yourself with questions about that. If you are interested in securing financial aid and you have questions about how to do so, we recommend that you contact the Office of Student Financial Aid directly. They can be reached at finaid@illinois.edu, or if you prefer to pick up the phone and speak with somebody, you can call them at 217-333-0100.
I guess that's me. So hi, everyone. I'm Sangeeta Gopalakrishnan. I head online programs for the College of Education. I'm happy to be here with regard to launching our new concentration in IDTO. A quick aside is that I have a degree in instructional design as well, my doctorate and my master's. degrees are in instructional design. So I have a special interest in this topic. So you've heard a lot of great information from the program faculty and our online program staff. And if you're still wondering if you want to sign up for a program, I wanted to give you some last concluding thoughts. So we are a top-tier research university here at the University of Illinois. We've been ranked number 7 by US News and World Reports for our online Masters in Education programs. Our ranking is based on our affordability. We're also ranked because of highly ranked because of our world-class faculty. You will be taught by our world-class faculty in many of the courses that you take. We prioritize online student engagement in our courses. You will not only learn from great faculty, but you will be learning with peers who come in with really rich work experiences and personal experiences that can make your learning really a great experience. And we do provide the same library resources that we provide to our online students to our on-campus students to our online students. So you will benefit from our excellent library system as well. So with all this in mind, I hope you'll take the next steps to apply to the Masters in IDTO.
Yes, thank you. And with that, we have plenty of time for questions. I know people have been asking their questions throughout the chat, and that has been great to see. I will probably read some of those off so that we can answer some of those back so that people who are watching this later can have that information as well. But with that, please feel free to ask any other questions that we see folks that you might have. I'll start things off with a question that we get asked frequently. I think, Brianna, if you can answer this, so I'm not just talking the whole time, but do online students have access to books from the library?
Yes, absolutely. So our online students have full access to our library here at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. So you will be able to access all online materials. You have access to our Ask a Librarian resource, which is an excellent resource for students who are looking for something specific, but are maybe having a difficult time locating the resources that they're looking for. Additionally, if you are local, or you plan to use an Illinois state library that is a part of the iShare program, you can also request via our Center for Innovation in Teaching and Learning a photoless ID card, which is basically a university ID that does not have your photo on it. But on the back of that card will be a barcode where you can use that barcode to check out physical materials from either our library on campus or a participating iShare library as well. So the short answer is yes, our online students have full access to our library resources in a variety of ways. Upon admission to the program, we will add you to our online student hub space, which is an open learning resource on Canvas, which will provide you with access to all of the different resources that you have access to as an online student at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. So we're happy to assist you with getting access to those resources as a student, but the short answer is yes, you absolutely have full access to our library.
Thank you. And I see we do have a question. Karen, you can go ahead and unmute if you would like to.
Thanks, Travis. Thank you so much to everyone who was presenting and giving information. It was very helpful and it already answered a lot of the questions I had about the master's concentration. So this is great. My remaining question, and maybe it's jumping the gun a little bit, as I'm getting ready to put my application in for the summer deadline for fall classes, I've taken a look at the courses that are offered and the different requirements for the concentration. Is there, or I guess, when is the opportunity to speak with someone as an advisor to say, hey, these courses might fit better with where I would like to go with the master's? Is that something that would, obviously after application and admission to the college, I would assume, but is there any chance of doing that ahead of time, or is that something that's just better to wait until application is completed and admissions granted?
I can respond to that. So if you want to transfer your course credit hours to the IDTO Master's of Education program, process-wise, correct me, anyone, if I'm giving out misinformation. I believe once students are admitted, the credit transfer review certainly can happen between the student and the advisor, right? Via emails or Zoom meeting to figure out, because you only have 12 credit hours to transfer. The official process, I think you can submit a petition. Is that after 1 year of admission? Am I getting that somewhere? Or just imagine that 1 year timeline.
What was your question, David? I guess I misunderstood. 1 year after.
1 year after being in the degree program, the transfer credit process can begin. Do we need to wait for that long?
No, you can do it immediately.
Thank you, Gina. So,
Yeah.
Karen.
So after a student's admitted to the program, we can guide students through a graduate student petition process to request to have credits transferred from their previous institution. I will give you a heads up that if you plan to transfer credits from a previous institution, in order to have those credits considered, we need to have official transcripts on file in addition to a course syllabus for each course in question. So that way our team and the department can adequately review those courses to determine if they are transferable. Does that answer your question, Karen, or are we moving in a different direction?
Yeah, no, thanks, Brianna, and everyone there. That is helpful to know. The courses I've already done are the master track at UIUC, so I assume that that'll be a little easier to apply. I was thinking more about the upcoming courses and choosing ones that fit well with where I would like to concentrate if I'm accepted to the full graduate degree. But it sounds like maybe afterwards there's opportunity to connect with an advisor. Will those be individual advisors, or is that more just the department hub?
Yeah, great question. So upon admission, you'll be assigned a faculty advisor. And that faculty advisor is assigned on the basis of the concentration that you choose at the time that you apply. Today, we're obviously talking about the IDTO concentration, so your faculty advisor will likely be Dr. Huang or Dr. O. And you will then, upon admission to the program, work with your faculty advisor to view the required courses of your program, the required courses of your concentration, but also work with your faculty advisor to identify appropriate elective courses that align with both your research interests and that your faculty advisor recommends based upon those interests. Does that answer your question?
It does. Yeah. Thank you very much. And again, thank you to all of our presenters. That was very helpful today.
Yeah, and one of the other things kind of leading off that Gina had pointed out, just a point of clarification for the ISDML graduate certification, those credits transfer automatically just because that application process is done a little differently. If you're in that program, please contact us at onlineprograms@education.illinois.edu and we'll work with you on that. But just wanted to clarify that for folks. Any other questions? If not, I see one in the chat that I'll ask out again. I know you already answered this, Brianna, but we had a question about scholarships.
Yeah, so we currently offer limited scholarship opportunities to newly online EDM students, which we're really excited about. It's a rather recent development. These scholarships are awarded on the basis of faculty recommendations, and we reference your admission application materials to determine, if you are a good candidate for the scholarship. So the good news is that you don't need to submit any additional application materials in order to be considered. If you are selected for a scholarship opportunity, you will be notified by the department. I will note that we don't currently offer full funding opportunities in the forms of assistantships or fellowships because we are considered to be a self-supporting online program. So we currently don't offer any full funding opportunities for students in our online programs. But of course, if you have any additional questions about options for funding your program, I do encourage you to reach out to us at onlineprograms@education.illinois.edu. We can talk further about your options and connect you with the appropriate offices for setting up payment plans or setting up financial aid arrangements, or if you have a veterans benefit, we can connect you with our Veterans Center. So we're happy to bridge any communication gap that there might be between you and the appropriate offices. But again, we're happy to just brainstorm your options with you as well and make sure that you understand all of your options. So that way you can make the best decision for you when funding your program.
Thanks, Brianna. I just launched a poll just to give us some feedback on, we want to make sure the session meets your needs and things like that. Appreciate that feedback. Another question I want to go ahead and ask here. I see it's been brought up as the second concentration. Is there something you'd like to think that would be good to add, David?
Yes, if I may. In our department, we offer, starting in the fall, we have 10 concentration. Concentration means the specialization, area of specialization. For instance, IDTO is focused on instructional system design, technology in organizational context. As Professor mentioned earlier, the human resource development concentration is looking into different areas of expertise. That's also a concentration. We also have a concentration in global studies and education, and so on and so forth. I just want to share with you, as a graduate student upon admission, you can take coursework from up to 2 graduate concentration. Now, those concentrations will be transcribable, so it will show on your transcript, and you can expand your training through those different coursework from up to 2 graduate concentration. The process of adding concentration, once you're admitted to the first concentration, in this case will be IDTO, the process will be internal and will be much easier. Just want to mention.
Yeah, thank you for that. And also, for those who maybe are curious or maybe you've seen them on our website elsewhere, along with those concentrations, we have other certificates, specialization that many times, if you are adding a concentration, you will end up being able to earn also. So that's just another certificate that you can pick up in your degree program.
Can I just say one more thing about the second concentration?
Absolutely.
So earlier we say the total credit hours requirement for EDM is 32, right? So even if you have declared the second concentration, you can still manage to complete coursework from 2 concentration within that 32 credit hours. In other words, I'm not asking you to pay more beyond what you have to. So think about this: 2 concentrations upon admitting to IDTO, and you can use your elective coursework space as you can use those credit hours to fulfill the requirement of the second concentration coursework. Hope that makes sense.
Yeah, thanks for that clarification, Dr. Huang. So if you're in a spot where you would like to add a second concentration after you've been admitted to the program, you can certainly contact the Office of Online Programs and we can give you information about what forms need to be completed to request that second concentration. But as Dr. Huang mentioned, at the time that you apply, you'll need to indicate your interest in your preferred concentration. So in this circumstance, it would be the IDTO program. So you'll just indicate one concentration on your application. And then if you have questions about adding a second one after being admitted to the program, our office is happy to assist you with that process.
Any other questions from folks? We still got plenty of time.
Right, when you submit your application, there's a drop-down menu. You select the concentration. You should select instructional system, instructional design technology organization. Right, so that's important to know again.
Yeah, and those you can go ahead and apply now. I know we've already started to see some applications for the program, which is great. Maybe that's one of you here that is in the audience with us today or watching this back. But again, just want to remind folks that is open currently, and you'll want to get those in by July 15th if you want to start in fall part of term A, which we would love to have you starting with us then. So be sure to get those applications in. It's been mentioned and talk about this pretty often, but even if you don't have all of your materials, so say you don't have your official transcripts yet, go ahead and start that application, use those unofficial transcripts, and go ahead and get that submitted. And then your acceptance can be made pending those official transcripts. I know sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get those other resources, and we at the college are very aware of that as well. All right, I'll do a last call for questions. Don't need to keep anybody longer if they got other things to do with their day, but I want to just make sure that folks have a chance. And again, if you think of anything, you can contact us at onlineprograms@education.illinois.edu. Office of Online Programs is happy to answer those questions. If you have questions specifically for faculty, we can also route those to them as well. I know both David and Grace are great at getting back to us and helping students along in their journey. Well, all right. Thank you for everybody who has joined us today. We really appreciate your time and your interest in the program. We look forward to seeing your applications and hope that you will join us for the program in the fall. So consider joining the Orange and Blue. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you for organizing this, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.